Hi, friends, and welcome back to my channel, Mariposa Homeschool. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to build a Christ-centered homeschool environment. If you are interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so Proverbs 22:6 in the NIV version says to start a child off in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. And it really is our job as parents to make sure our children have the best education. Many of us homeschool because we can add that Christian component to our everyday, child's education. And our faith influences our curriculum choices, our teaching methods, and the overall education that we give to each individual child. So we have the opportunity to do daily devotional and prayer in with our homeschool. That was a big reason why I started homeschooling in the first place. So in our situation, we do devotional and prayer as a family. We didn't always. Sometime in the beginning of when we started homeschooling, we actually did devotional separately. Like I had a devotional I would do, my son had his own, and my daughter had her own. And we would do it separately, and then we would come together and pray. Now we do a devotional all together, and we do devotionals through Not Consume Ministries. I will have them linked below. Stay tuned for a video actually where I do a review on Not Consume Ministries. I found them and I actually absolutely love them. So we do the devotional as a family, and in our like morning basket slash like family subject time, and it is it's been a game changer for us to be able to do devotional all together as a family. We also pray together as well. So it is a good example for our children, giving them examples on what to pray for and also giving them practice on praying aloud. When I first became a Christian, I was very, very nervous on praying in front of other people. I always stumbled upon my words and I wasn't sure what to say. And quite honestly, I was embarrassed by my prayers. I felt like I wasn't praying correctly. And to be honest, there is no right or wrong way to pray. But I personally want to give my children some practice on praying aloud so that they don't feel embarrassed. I don't correct them on what they say or tell them what to pray for. I do give them ideas on what we can pray for, because I feel like sometimes we pray for our families and our, things that we see sometimes. I like to give them examples of things that we don't see, like other people or people across the world, things like that, that we don't see every day or see at all. But I never correct them on what to say in their prayers or how they pray. I just want them to get that practice on praying out loud. Another huge component of building a Christ centered environment is our curriculum. Our curriculum is what could make or break our homeschool. And it's something that is very important to us as teachers of our children, and also that learning education piece for our kids. A good curriculum will make you feel like you're the best teacher, and it really motivates your kids to keep going. And it really was the thing that made my son, who is in fifth grade, um, go from hating math to it's one of his favorite subjects now. So a curriculum really is super important in your homeschool. And I'm so thankful that we are able to choose from Christian based curriculums as homeschoolers if that is something that you choose. um, and, we have the opportunity now to teach from books or living books that have the same beliefs that are aligned with, what we believe. A few great Christian homeschool curriculum companies are Master Books, which we have used in the past. I loved Master Books in the beginning. There's BJU Press, which has been out for a super duper long time. There's Abeka, My Father's World, and the company that we actually use and love is The Good and the Beautiful. There are so many curriculum companies out there now. Some are secular, which has no religious affiliation with them. And there are tons that are Christian based. And it can be very overwhelming to try to navigate them all. So, what I used in the beginning of looking through new Christian curriculum companies was Kathy Duffy Curriculum Reviews. I will have the link in the description down below. And there are lists that you can go through of just, Christian based math, Christian based language arts, Christian science, things like that that you can look through that are reviewed for you. As Christians, it is very important for us to be in community with others. Um, you can do this by joining a homeschooling group or a co op in your area. And that is what we do. We started out in a co op through our church, which was extremely helpful. And we've kind of branched out now to a Christian based co op, no longer affiliated with our church, but it is a little bit bigger. And we absolutely love it. It is so fun. And that is a great way for you to be in community with other families who have the same beliefs as you. Corinthians 15:33, the NIV version says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." And now, I'm not saying that we can only be friends with Christians or people who believe the same thing as you. Please don't hear me wrong or mishear me. That's not the case at all. But we do want to know our children's friends and their families. Part of the reason why I decided to homeschool my children was negative influences. I wanted to be able to filter who my children were communicating with, who their friends are, and the things that they were exposed to. And that's not always the case for everyone. Not everybody decides to homeschool for that reason. But as a Christian mother or Christian parents, that is a decision that my husband and I made, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to homeschool. But please hear my heart. Please don't mishear me that I only want to be friends with Christians. That is not the case whatsoever. Um, but it is part of the reason why I decided to find a Christian co-op. So now we're going to talk about some of the challenges, with being Christian and homeschooling. Um, I know that one of the biggest challenges that we face, or we faced in the beginning, not so much anymore, is judgment. People will tend to think that, people think a lot of things, honestly, about Christian homeschoolers. Its judgment is the biggest challenge for us personally. Um, there's lots of snarky comments that we've received. Obviously not from people that we know, but people when they find out that we are Christian in homeschool, we either get curiosity or it comes with a lot of judgment that, we think we're better than others. That's why we do it. That's why we, have to separate our children. And that's not the case at all. I would say we handled that in the very beginning with a lot of defensiveness. I was very defensive because I had done a lot of research, and it's a decision that I prayed about for a long time before we actually made the leap to do it. Um, it's something that I researched extensively, and honestly, I had to convince my husband to that this was a good decision for us because he wasn't so sure in the beginning anyway. But now what I would say to someone who faces judgment is to not be defensive, because honestly, this is an opportunity for someone who has no idea about homeschooling or homeschooling while, Christian homeschooling. This, you can be the face, you can represent that for somebody else. And if the first thing that you do is kind of come at them and they're going to be very closed off to that idea, um, and that's just going to add further judgment. I would just say, there, if people are curious, you can answer their questions. And, if they're just kind of being rude and don't really want to know anything, but just passing judgment, that's okay. If it's someone that you don't know, honestly, if I don't know them personally, or I'm never going to see them again, it's just someone I'm meeting in passing, I don't feel the need to explain my decisions to them. Just kind of, oh well, you can think what you want to think, kind of thing. um and if it's someone I love and care about, and it can be a process, just like it was a process for you to come to this decision to homeschool. It's a process for other people to understand. Maybe they won't ever understand, and that's okay. But it is a process to try to explain a little bit better in depth why you made this decision, and for them to understand. You may both maybe never come to an agreement, and that's okay. We are doing this for our families. We're not making the decision for anyone else. And, sometimes you got to just agree to disagree. Another challenge that we face as homeschoolers or Christian homeschoolers, actually, this one doesn't apply to just Christian homeschoolers, it is to anyone who homeschools, is the financial side of it. We aren't just buying um, supplies at the beginning of the school year and the books are provided, and things like that. We cover the cost from beginning to end. We pay for the curriculum, we pay for the supplies, um, and that can be a financial burden. As someone who works full time in homeschools, I try to keep the costs down for homeschooling by looking for free resources. We utilize our local library very frequently. We also utilize, if you're not familiar with the Libby app, Libby, it is an app that allows you to check out books virtually, or sometimes the audio version of that book, through your local library. If you have a library card, you can just use it. I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. I first came across it from another fellow homeschooling mom channel. I believe her channel, I have to look it up and I will put it right here. I apologize, I cannot remember the name at the moment. But it is a fellow homeschooling mom, and she shows resources on her channel for homeschoolers. I learned it through her channel. I have absolutely loved it. Can never go back. I don't pay for Audible. because it's just an expense that I just feel like we don't need. So this is kind of like the free version of Audible. You just have to have a library card to use it. We also I purchased used curriculum. So I came across used curriculum through a Facebook group that I am a part of. It is a Facebook group called Ohio Homeschooling Parents. It's the same exact, affiliation with the website Ohio Homeschooling Parents. And I utilize Facebook Marketplace for used curriculum. There is a separate group on Facebook for used curriculum. And I utilize that a lot. If there is something that, like a textbook, for example, that I know that I'm going to need, I typically will look on there first. And if I can't find it, or I just can't find it in good condition, then I will go ahead and order it off a website that I, you know, would use and try to find maybe like a free shipping coupon code. I know christianbook.com always has free shipping coupon codes. But I always check Facebook Marketplace for homeschool curriculum first. Another resource that you could use to keep costs down is finding free curriculum. There are many out there, free curriculums, but one that we absolutely love is The Good and the Beautiful. They offer their K through 5 or 6 curriculum online for free. It is a digital download and you would just print it. We also utilize their math. I believe it is K through 5 or K through 6 math is free as well. Again, it's a digital download, and we just download it and I print it off as we need it. And I am so, so thankful for The Good and the Beautiful that they do that. It is a super amazing curriculum, and they offer it for free, and it is truly a blessing. It's been a blessing for our homeschool. I did go over quite a few topics in this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I also have an Instagram channel. I will put my Instagram handle here. I'm still new to Instagram, guys. I never used it before now, so I'm still trying to figure it out. I believe you can DM me on that. If you want to do like a private message, that's fine. And or you can leave it in the comments down below. There is no wrong way to incorporate your faith into your homeschool. I'm just trying to give you suggestions on how to do so. I know that in the very beginning, adding our faith into our children's homes, into their education, was one of the reasons why I decided to homeschool in the first place. I just didn't know how to do it. I, thought, hey, we could read the Bible together, we can pray together, and then that's good. But I felt like, now that I know more, when you know better, you do better. And there was a lot of missed opportunities that I could have taken advantage of, like the curriculum, or like doing a family devotional together. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys some of those tips and things that I have learned along the way. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was a blessing to you guys. If you stuck with me through the entire video, thank you so much. You can add this emoji right here so I know that you were able to stick with me through the entire video. Like if it was helpful to you guys and I gave you guys some ideas. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.